This is not only a time for celebration, it's also a time to reflect on what this holiday is all about, to pay tribute to our fallen heroes, and to remember the servicemen and women who cannot be with us this year because they are standing post far from home, in Iraq, Afghanistan, and around the world. They forget that we as a people did not get here by standing pat in a time of change. And because the most important factor in a child's success is the person standing in the front of the classroom, we will better prepare teachers, support teachers, and encourage teachers to stay in the field. This plant might not exist because there were leaders of the Just Say No crowd in Washington who argued that standing by the auto industry would guarantee failure. Even as we speak, there are countless Americans serving at soup kitchens and food pantries, contributing to their communities, and standing guard around the world. After all, standing up for our veterans isn't a Democratic responsibility or a Republican responsibility. It's an American responsibility. And let's say a prayer for all our troops standing post all over the world, especially our brave men and women who are in Afghanistan and serving, even as we speak, in harm's way to protect the freedoms and security we hold so dear. But Republicans in Congress are standing in the way. Tell them that it's time for Congress to stop standing in the way of our recovery and start standing up for you. And the longer it goes on, the more frequently this brinksmanship is inflicted, the more we'll see markets react, businesses put off plans to spend and hire, and unemployment claims tick up. The hundreds of thousands of hard-working civil servants. So what's the problem? A small group of senators is standing, troops serving in harm's way and standing sentry around the world. The American people and people all over the world are standing with them, and we always will. If you can, get rid of standing water where mosquitoes breed. That means standing up not just for ourselves, but for the father clocking into the plant, the sales clerk working long and unpredictable hours, or the mother riding the bus to work across town, even on Labor Day. Folks who work as hard as we do. It's another example of how government can be a force of good, standing up for consumers, ensuring businesses compete fairly to give you the best services at the best prices, and making sure everyday Americans have a voice in the conversation, not just corporate shareholders.
But our time of standing pat, of protecting narrow interests and putting off unpleasant decisions, that time has surely passed.
Stand and run for them.
I never expected to be standing here under the inquisitive gaze of George Washington and equally inquisitive gaze of my wife.